Thompson Productions.
What does God look like? What do you see?
We're solar-powered biological AI.
Wait, what?
These ancient adversarial entities, I think it's the very same ones that rebelled against God and were cast out.
They were sent here to guide us in antiquity, and they took advantage of that and just masqueraded as gods. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Good morning, and welcome back to another Gods of the Morning Wood, aka Esoteric Book Review, EBR. Yeah, we've done a lot of these. This is a Patreon show, but we stream it to the public, and then we put it private after we stream it. So I'm joined by, this is probably the most we've ever had on an Esoteric Book Review, which is exciting. A lot of my co-hosts from many different shows. I have Subliminal Messenger with me. Subliminal, what's going on? From the Subliminal Messenger show and Disagree to Agree. Next to him, I have the Headless Giant from Headless's Mailbag, the Occult Rejects, the Headless Giant podcast, a whole bunch of stuff. He has an alchemy show on Mondays. Good shit. Trialogues on Sundays. I can just do your stuff for you now.
You can. Actually, I insist on it.
And then we have Nick with us as well from the Occult Rejects. Nick, what's going on, man?
What's going on, sir? Thank you very much for having me again.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since you've been here, I think.
So I think I'm free for like the next few weekends. So.
Well, it's good to have you back, man.
Hell yeah, thank you.
And last but not least, our boy Rat.
Good morning.
Of the Rat from Disagree to Agree, and just Season of the Rat.
Season of the Rat and Disagree to Agree. You know, my very infrequent, regular, normal stream weekly, and Disagree to Agree. Yeah, Escape Saturn, bandcamp.com. Listen to my music. Music's the most important part.
Absolutely. Yeah, guys, like I said, if you didn't know, this is a Patreon show. So if you want to support the show, the best way to do that is patreon.com/GrayPillPodcast. If you're a Rumble person, you can do locals. Yeah, also, if you want to support the show, you can through Rumble Rants or donations, which I'll have links to those on the screen periodically throughout the show. Like the stream, be sure to share it with people. Actually, don't share the link because I have to make it private after. If you do, it is what it is. I don't know. Maybe people will forget. Doesn't really matter. Hey, what's going on, Z-Man? Yeah, Patreon. It's good to see you. It's been a couple months. Tyranny, what's going on, dude? Yeah, Patreon. Yeah, you are giving me money. Thank you, Z-Man.
If you'd like to support the show in another new way, we have new items in the shop, in the Building 7 shop. A limited run for Mr. Jules. He kept insisting that we collaborate. And I said, let's give it a try. Let's see what the audience, what they would like to support. So we have a Gods of the Morning Wood sticker and a Amen Rat.
We have a rat sticker.
These are the rat. Check out. It's a limited run. See if you guys are interested in this. We have a rat sticker too. Yeah, a rat sticker too. And I don't know if Headless or Nick have stickers, but you know we can talk about that as well. It's not it's just fun sometimes to do this for people. But anyway,
I have no merch.
we got to change that.
I got stickers for free.
Oh, we got to hook you up, man.
We got to do something.
Some
Y'all
shoulders.
do have an
shoulders?
emote on my Rumble channel now, both the Occult Rejects and Headless Giant and Subliminal Messenger. But Rat, what was I gonna say? We need a fuck. I can't. It's early. Forgive me. A logo, a brand for Rat, just a Rat, I guess.
We need a brand of coffee, actually. All of us together need to put our expertise of all of the things we've made with chemicals over our lifetimes into a single brand of coffee.
Some Datura coffee to forget your mornings.
Well, forget the whole day.
But anyway, today we are the secret Commonwealth of Elves, Fauns, and Faries. We're gonna read a little bit of it. We're gonna see what we think. If we like it, then we'll keep going. If not, then we'll just spin the wheel, and we have a lot of choices on there. But
is it illegal to sell spoons with little holes already in them?
Good question.
No, right?
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Oh, well, good morning, Vanessa. Good morning, guys. Kept waking up through the night. Didn't get as good a sleep as I wanted to. What's about this 6-7 bullshit being satanic and probably feeding an egregore? Yeah. There's something to the meme magic. I had to get my son to quit fucking saying it.
Oh, yo, Teresa.
6-7. Why can't we say it?
And it actually went into that a lot. I was actually surprised where that came from. It came from like some rapper or some shit, didn't it?
Yeah, it's a rapper that actually practices some form of voodoo.
Yeah, he's open about it.
Yeah, he's very open about it. And guys, if y'all didn't see the Serpent in the Rainbow episode on the Occult Rejects from last night, we had Ani Asaru on, we had Robbie Marks on, Ethan was there. It was a banger.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was a heater. So go check that out if you haven't. A lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in voodoo that's synchronistic with a lot of the other stuff that we talk about, and I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's tied into the occult a lot more than like I thought it was just this thing that's kind of off by itself, and it's like no, it's linked into these other groups and cults. So
Eamon and I have connected it. Sorry to cut you off, but Eamon and I have connected it to Eris with the way the kids do the movement. That's why I kind of copied it right now. I can show you. If you've seen any of these kids do it, they kind of put their hands up in the air and they do this little.
Yeah, like juggling something.
Oh,
what are they juggling?
They do this little thing when they go 6-7, and they put their hands. They go like this.
That hand.
They do their hands like this. Some of them, I don't know. A lot of them around me. And
more exaggerated ones, dude.
Yo, is that the harpy headless?
Yes, it is.
Yo, that's crazy because we were going to talk about harpy. Someone said something on Twitter this week, and that's funny. That's weird.
So these are the related to the Church of the Subgenius, the Eregians, the Discordians that we've been looking into, and now these little kids are doing it everywhere, pissing off the parents, and I just laugh. I do it with them now, so it's fun for me now.
Oh hey man, yeah. If you can't,
so that's one of their symbols.
Yo, if you see like the first one that spurted, that kid looks like he's like jacking somebody off and looks half possessed.
Oh my god, where?
No, like the first kid, like the one that like really spurted when the kid's like 6-7 and he's going his hand like this. He looks like he's stroking a motherfucker off.
Do we have footage?
It's like some little kid and he's giving like this. I know he's like acting, but it's just like, dude, like you actually look like a fucking moron.
Interesting.
Fucking weird.
I've not seen them do that. They do that.
Yeah. There's one kid next to him going like that, and he's like 6-7, and he's going like this. Like, you realize what the fuck you look like right now, dude?
They don't.
Do you know why they do it?
Yeah, because of 7 inches.
Because that damn Nintendo.
They do it. They do it because it's meaningless to them.
Yeah. Well, there's also a 6'7" basketball player. I don't know the guy's name.
Not nice. Go
on that Xbox too much. That's why.
And they do it to get a reaction from adults that don't understand what it is. It's purely chaos for the sake of it. It's purely meaningless.
Could talk shit about those kids, and they wouldn't even know what the fuck we're saying too if we used our own language from back in the day.
Absolutely.
True. That cornholio.
Yeah, you could just.
What does cornholio mean to anyone but our generation?
Me?
Oh, is this something? This is like two snakes, right? This is TP
Don't
for my
get me
bunghole.
started, dude.
This is two snakes, right? Now I just thought about it.
Cornholio real fast.
Or rabbit ears.
We're not gonna do that.
See,
No.
It's bunghole.
No. Jerk in the egregore. You're right, Z man. We're not gonna do that either.
Oh,
Cornholio proceeded and they'll.
Guys, it's too early.
Is okay. So
TP for my
TP is a
bunghole.
tent that you meditated. Is bunghole like something special too? TP
Well,
is the
a
tent.
bunghole
I
is
need a
actually
TP.
a hole
Mhm.
that they put inside of these barrels, right? So every barrel has a bunghole. You got to reach in there with a piece of metal to push the lid up against the top and then tighten down the ends of it so that the barrel doesn't fall apart. So
Okay.
this is
Well, I need a TP for that.
Just are.
yes.
How are we even awake right now?
Woke up like this. Good morning, Lucy. The bunghole is a portal. Yeah. Anyway, let's see if we can pull this up. I was gonna say, I think you can just pull up the PDF on here, or we can share it. Either way, it's probably going to close out on my end. So, therefore, if Rat or
We could start here.
Rat
Over here.
Subliminal, you got it? Okay.
I also have this one from the Sacred Text Archive, which is a little bit maybe harder to read, but we can click around in chapters.
Well, I have I have it too. If that doesn't work, so.
I don't know. It's just kind of ugly.
What? Oh God.
Are we going to do the poem at the beginning? People of Peace?
There is a poem at the beginning.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
It's right down under.
yeah. I'll read it.
Get it?
Dramatically.
It's the page before.
Read it dramatically.
Yeah.
This?
Some feeling in it. Yep.
Good morning, Arcane.
People of peace. A peaceful man, well worthy of your love was he, who, while the roaring Gary ran, red with the lifeblood of Dundee, while coats were turning, crowns were falling, wandered along his valley still, and heard your mystic voices calling from fairy knowe and haunted hill. He heard, he saw, he knew too well the secrets of your fairy clan. You stole him from the haunted dell, who never more was seen of man. Now, far from heaven and safe from hell, unknown of earth, he wanders free. Would that he might return and tell of his mysterious company. For we have tired the folk of peace. No more they tax our corn and oil. Their dances on the moorland cease. The brownie stints his wonted toil. No more shall any shepherd meet the ladies of the fairy clan, nor are their deathly kisses sweet on lips of any earthly man. And half I envy him who know, clothed in her court's enchanted green, by moonlit loch or mountain's brow, is chaplain to the fairy queen.
Love it.
Wow.
Nice.
That's great.
Very well read. Thank you, Rap.
Did the best I could.
No, you did great. It's a pretty long introduction. I didn't know if we could sum it up or if you wanted to read a little bit of it or if y'all wanted to just skip ahead.
I think we can start here. I think it gives a good intro for who wrote it, and then it goes right into this some of the history.
Wait, so was this written by that Reverend?
Well, that's why we have to read this.
Okay. Go for it. You
Well,
go
So
for
you
it.
have a completely different book than I have. You sent
that
one in the. You sent one in the chat, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I opened that.
Oh, there's 2 books. There's the Wolf Bitches of Thessaly, and before that is the Commonwealth.
Nick's reading Wolf Bitches.
That's why I was like, yo, where the fuck is this poem? I was like, I don't even know where the fuck.
Oh no, the wrong one.
For people who
is a
don't
good
know,
book, but
Subliminal made
I was like, oh, we should be able to get through this. I'm like, well, it's 19 pages.
a book
Ned Ward loaned me a book
called Wolf
from his
Bitches of
archive.
Thessaly.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? Okay.
Here, I'll post the link to it in the private chat.
Yeah, thank you.
It's in there. He wasn't here. I can't see it.
No.
I put it up again.
There we go.
Where is the esoteric book review?
Sorry, Nick. I thought you would be able to see that.
I thought it was like a furries thing.
The Wolf Bitches of Thessaly. Let me pull this up real fast.
Wolf Bitches of Thessaly. You guys.
This is for
don't
anyone
know,
who
man.
doesn't know.
You'll find it in the Gods of the Morningwood shop whenever it's up.
Yep, it'll be in there.
You know, Hellas is like, I'm never getting up for this again.
What? No, I'm loving it. I'm just reading ahead.
This is having fun. I think this is a good time, guys. I mean,
No, I love it. I actually really look forward to it. I do.
Well, that's good. Curtis, good morning. Good morning. All right, so let's see. Sub, did you want to? Yeah, because I can't see that. I can.
Okay.
I can. Pull
I know it's a rough copy.
I'm pulling it up on my end. I have it right here. So if I need to read,
oops. Okay, I think we should start here though. I guess I'll do this more just factual stuff, and then Rat can do the poetic things. The Reverend Robert Kirk, the author of The Secret Commonwealth, was a student of theology at St. Andrews. His master's degree, however, he took at Edinburgh. He was, and this is notable, the youngest and 7th son of Mr. James Kirk, minister of Aberfoyle, the place familiar to all readers of Rob Roy. As a 7th son, he was no doubt especially gifted, and in Secret Commonwealth, he lays some stress on the mystic privileges of such birth. There may be some secret virtue in the womb of the parent, which increaseth until the 7th son be born, and decreaseth by the same degree afterwards. There's something special about seven sons and generations.
Yeah.
I have to zoom out. It would not surprise us if Mr. Kirk,
7th son of a 7th son,
7th son in a generation, and then decreases afterwards, so it gets worse, and then better maybe. It would not surprise us if Mr. Kirk, no less than Reverend Robert Blair of St. Andrews, 1650 through 1660, could heal scrofula by the touch. Anybody know what scrofula is?
No. Sounds nasty.
By the touch, like royal persons, Charles III. In Italy, for example.
Tuberculosis.
Oh, cool.
The bacterial tuberculosis.
Back to TB. TB is a mystical disease, dude.
Maybe it was like the original.
You got all the vampire stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, and then when we had COVID, we thought we were gonna have fucking shedding zombies.
We do.
Zombie cucumbers.
Zombie cucumbers.
You need an emoji for that one.
We need a sticker for that subliminal zombie cucumbers. Yeah.
Write that down.
For sure.
And jaguar priestesses.
Yeah, dude. This needs a whole goddess. Like, I mean, imagine
we need to do a rustic gods.
Whole line. AI helps with that stuff. Don't be shy.
Get somebody to draw it up, man. Let's do it.
We gotta do some Priapus stickers.
Yeah, Priapus stickers. There we go.
You have to buy multiple of them to put them together for a full sticker.
When they're over there.
I'm with it. If I get some extra
it's
money,
customizable.
money on whatever.
It's customizable.
Stickers, or maybe we can do a Kickstarter. I don't know.
Oh my god. See, we're
Anyway.
cooking. That's good. That's good.
You want
Everybody
me to
somebody
read?
write this down.
Hey.
It would not surprise us if Mr. Kirk, no less than Reverend Robert Blair of St. Andrews, 1650 to 660, could heal scrofula by the touch, like royal persons, Charles III, in Italy, for example. As is well known to all, the House of Brunswick has no such powers. However, this may have been Mr. Kirk. However, this may have been Mr. Kirk Kirk was probably drawn by his seventh sonship to a more careful study of psychological phenomena than most of his brethren bestowed. Little is known of his life. He was minister originally of Balquidder, whence in 1685 he was transferred to Aberfoyle. This was no covenanting district, and there is no bigotry of Mr. Kirk's dissertation. He was employed on an Irish translation of the Bible, and he published a Psalter in Gaelic in 1684. He married first Isobel, daughter of Sir Colin Campbell of Mochester, who died in 1680, and secondly, the daughter of Campbell of Fordry. This lady survived him. From his connection with Campbell's, he may misdoubt him for a Whig, W-H-I-G.
Sorry.
Queen Mary? It was Campbell?
No, it says we may. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. We may misdoubt him for a Whig, W-H-I-G-G-E-R. By his first wife, he has a son, Colin Kirk, W.S. By his second wife, a son who was minister of Dornoch. He died as if he did die, which is disputed. Interesting. 1692, age about 51, his tomb was inscribed Robertus Kirk, A.M. Linga Hiberni Lumen. I'm sorry, does anybody know what this means?
No, not at all.
The tomb in Scott's time was to be seen in the east and then end of the church of Aberfoyle. By the ashes of Mr. Kirk are not there. His successor, the Reverend Dr. Graham, of his sketches of picturesque scenery, informs us that Mr. Kirk was walking on a Dunshee or Fairy Hill in his neighborhood. He sunk down in a swoon, which was taken for death. After the ceremony of seeming funeral, writes Upsit, P105, the former Reverend Robert Kirk appeared to a relation and commanded him to go to Graham of Duttray. Say to Duttray, who is my cousin?
I ran it through a translator. I ran it through a translator. So, Linguae Hiberie Lumen means the light of the Iberian languages.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that light of the Liberian languages said to, after he died by a fairy hill, say to Duttray, who is my cousin's as well as your own, that I am not dead, but a captive in fairyland.
Yo.
And only one chance remains for my liberation. When the posthumous child of which my wife has been delivered since my disappearance shall be brought to baptism, I will appear in the room. When if Duttray shall throw over my head the knife or dirk which he holds in his hand, I may be restored to society. But if this is neglected, I am lost forever. True to this tryst, Mr. Kirk did appear at the christening and was visibly seen, but Duttray was so astonished that he did not throw his dirk over the head of the appearance, and to society Mr. Kirk has not yet been restored. This is extremely to be regretted, as he could now add matter of much importance to his treatise. Neither history nor tradition has more to tell about Mr. Robert Kirk, who seems to have been a man of good family, a student, and as his book shows, an innocent and learned person.
Okay. You want me to read this next one?
We got to add Robert Kirk
if you
to
can
the
see
list of seances. We got to add Robert Kirk to the list of people to seance, because it sounds like he's still in the fairy realm.
To communicate with? Oof. I'll have to watch that. I might have to watch that episode. The Secret Commonwealth.
They said his ashes weren't where they were supposed to be, and so it was like a fake funeral then?
Well, he appeared, right? And the guy was so astonished he didn't throw his knife over his head, which was necessary to bring him back from the fairy world. So
the long introduction.
Asshole.
Right.
We can skip to the subterranean. Sorry. We can skip to the subterranean inhabitants.
Yeah, sure. Where's that? Is that
It's just right. It's just
Chapter
like
1 is page
after.
76.
76?
Yeah, we'll just skip the introduction maybe again a little bit. It gives more history. But
the introduction is huge.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
The devil guy with
this is just part 3 of introduction.
72. Go to 72. You see that image? Strange. Secret Commonwealth. Or let's see.
76 is the 74 starts the actual Secret Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Secret Commonwealth, or a treatise displaying the chief curiosities as they are in use among diverse of the people of Scotland to this day. Singularities for the most part particular to that nation. For the most part particular to that nation. My goodness.
Is it written in? Is that Old English?
It's Old English. F
Yeah.
is S. F
is S.
still
Yeah.
uses the S sound. Yeah.
Wow. Cool, man. Okay.
We'll do what we can.
If we can do the intro, that little bit in the intro, we'll have a maybe a more modern understanding of it. So when we hit this, it's not going to be as it's scary.
Okay.
Maybe not
All
as
right.
daunting.
I
See,
can
a
hit it.
subject.
He goes
Go ahead.
right into the demons, right? So it says these Sikhs or Faries they called Slay or Mayeth, or the good of the people would seem to prevent the dint of their ill attempts for the Irish use beliefs all they fear harmony of, and are said to be of a middle nature betwixt man and angel, as were daemons thought to be of old. Again, this goes back to the Greek, right? Daemonis, that's all about those rustic gods, right? Of intelligence, fluidus,
Studious.
studious spirits, and light
F is S.
changeable bodies. Well, it's sometimes F too.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Like those called Astral.
Astral.
So F and S.
Somewhat the nature of confined cloud and best seen in twilight. These bodies be so pliable throughout the subtlety of the spirits. See, there's another S right there. That agitate them, that they make them appear or disappear at pleasure. Some have bodies or vehicles spongiferous, thin, and deceit that they are fed. Desiccate. That they are only.
There's a defecate.
I don't know, guys.
Okay, but this is
fine
But the fucking
prints of liquors that they
only
pierce light.
fucking.
that probably means sucking.
I know. They do it like over and over and over again with the F to S right there. It's hard to ignore.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with this, man.
Spiritus. Maybe they had really bad lisps. Is that
Well, look at the F on some and F on fine. There are different Fs.
right?
What's up,
I guess they
Corbo?
ran out of
This is a problem. This is a problem.
air and oil. Others said more gross on. See, there's an S right after the F. What the fuck? There's got to be a
Yeah.
code in here. There's got to be a code in here. That's what
Yeah.
they're doing.
I think you're right. That's what I was kind of thinking. I was like, this is weird. This is kind of like coded language.
Yeah. Dude, there's no rules about where they put these F's and where they put the S's because I see lowercase s's all over the place.
Yeah.
No, I looked that up because I at one point I forgot who I was using. There was somebody I was covering, and I was trying to make it look like there was text on a page on one of the solo shows they did. And I was getting that a lot where it was supposed to be an S, and I was like, why the fuck is it doing an F? And I looked into it, and at the time, they would actually it would look like that sometimes when they wrote that shit.
You want to try this one? It's from the Sacred Text Archive.
It's kind of like the U and the
it's-
B, how that got like fucked around with and played with.
It still has the F's and S's here.
Sorry, that line right there is just like fucking into
Okay.
That they are fed up by only fucking.
Others said more gross on the foison or substance of corns and liquors, or corn itself that grows on the surface of the earth, which these fairies steal away, partly invisible, partly preying on the grain, as do crows and mice. Wherefore, in this same age, they're sometimes heard to bake bread, strike hammers, and do such like services within the little hillocks they most haunt. Some whereof of old, before the gospel dispelled paganism, and in some barbarous places as yet, enter houses after all are at rest, and set the kitchens in order, cleansing all the vessels. Such dregs go under the name of brownies. When we have plenty, they have scarcity at their homes, and on the contrary, for they are empowered to catch as many prey everywhere as they please, their robberies, notwithstanding of oft times occasion great ricks of corn not to bleed so well, as they call it, or prove so copious by very far as Wes expected by the owner. They go in and sneak into houses and clean dishes.
Yeah, dude.
Sweet.
That's pretty cool. I mean,
Only
come
Irish.
do my dishes.
Well, think about the Sorcerer's Apprentice, right? The old Disney movie that they put into what was that, Fantasia?
Yeah.
Right? All the little spirits are moving all the cleaning supplies.
Sword in the Stone, when he's in the kitchen, Merlin like has all the dishes like, doing their own thing, and then the knights come in there and they all crash to the floor.
The iron.
Oh no, not nice guys reading the wolf bitches.
By the way,
You think you just had a seizure?
I watched Sword in the Stone with my daughter. He goes through like these elemental like kind of initiations in the water as a fish, in the tree as a squirrel, in the air as a bird, and then he faces that witch and she turns into this dragon, and it's like a trial by fire. And I think I'm going to do a review watching the movie. I don't know. Throwing that out there. My favorite Disney movie? Sword in the Stone.
Sword in the Stone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Super esoteric, the whole movie. Like the entire thing. It's crazy.
The witch, they have a witch
the witch fight. So the witch, Madame Mim, in the movie, Merlin actually had this opposing force, this female in Ireland, who was the head of this like one druid tribe. I will look for her name.
Well, this is interesting right here. It says the earth where the air enters the ordinary dwellings of the earth being full of cavities and cells, and there being no place or creature supposed to have had other animals greater or lesser living in or upon its inhabitants, and no such thing as a pure wilderness in the whole universe. So to me, that sounds like there's some sort of inner earth or hollow earth thing going on that sort of influenced that.
Did you post the link to that?
I did, yeah. I did in the private chat and to the regular chat as well. The sacredtext.com right there.
Okay, so
that is a lot. This is a lot easier to parse.
See. It's got the same S's and F's, FSS's, but you can see it better.
Yeah, he's definitely
go ahead.
Spell with all these F's.
Well, I can take this one.
Go ahead, Jules.
Julie,
were you going to say something,
Morgan,
Jules? Sorry,
dude. Morgan Ife, a fairy healer. This is in the Legend of King Arthur. Was apparently like rumored to be the sister of Merlin, but his enemy. A powerful enchantress. So depicted in that movie as that crazy witch, I'm guessing, because she hated Merlin and like knew who he was, and explained to Arthur that her magic was black and that it was different from Merlin's. And Merlin even explains his magic is used more for educational purposes rather than conjure up things. It's actually very interesting. And then there's that one scene where he presents like the model of the flat Earth, and he's like, "Well, we have to do away with this," and it says like 1492 on the globe and stuff. It's real. And then the owl, what's his name? Archimedes. It's funny. It's like just talking out. He's probably my favorite character. I'll shut the fuck up about King Arthur.
All right.
Um,
Stop speaking like this.
Let me try. I want to try. I'm probably pretty good at this. Number 2, we then, the more terrestrial kind, have now so numerously planted all countries to labor for what? Oh shit!
What was that you're saying?
I thought I'd be good at this. Abstruse.
Abstruse. Yeah.
People, as well as for ourselves, albeit when several countries were inhabited by laws, these had their easy tillage above ground, as we know. The print of those furious. That's interesting. There's a furines in the Wolf page.
Yeah.
I know that means iron, probably, or furry, right? The print of those furries do yet remain to be seen on the shoulders of very high hills, which was done when the Champagne ground was wood and forest. They remove the 2 other lodgings at the beginning of each quarter of the year to traversing till doomsday, being impotent of staying in one place and finding some ease by so perning, journeying, and changing habitations. Their chameleon-like bodies swim in the air near the earth with bag and baguette, and at such revolution of time, seers or men. Okay, so these little gnomes move in their chameleon-like bodies.
These beings that were around before people, right? Is this what they're saying? Like these beings before people?
That's
when several countries
in all
are,
the literature. It's,
yeah.
they precede us, and it's funny too because you have the Theosophists saying that older races of mankind are inside the hollow earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, the Ascended Masters.
Is that where you start getting into? Don't they even like kind of have like an idea of like the reptilians to an extent, like some reptilian form of people?
Yeah,
Like, I know David Icke didn't spur that himself. He got that from somebody else.
I think it comes from Atlantis, maybe.
Some Motwood guy. I forgot his name too. Some
Credo Mutwa.
Yeah, if
Credo
that
Mutwa, dude. Credo.
not.
Okay, so Credo Mutwa. This is my guy, the Zulu shaman. I haven't finished his book, but dude, this guy was raised in England as a Christian and was deadly sick until he was taken back to Africa and raised as a Sangoma or a shaman. So it's almost as if that was his calling from like his ancestors. He couldn't like, it's very strange how he explains it, but it makes sense. It's like, wow, like that wasn't his purpose was to be a shaman. Because he had contact with these entities from a very young age. And there's videos I've played on many streams early in Grey Pilled of his interviews where he's sitting there with these like figures and he's explaining their origin stories of how they came to Earth and like, thousands and thousands of years ago, and how the first beings were these whale and dolphin-like beings. That was the first like dying and rising god, basically. I don't know.
Eddie was castrated too.
Who, Credo?
Yeah.
Dude, he was forced to eat a human hand.
Oh.
Yeah, during his initiation. Me and Esoteric Eddie talked about it. I was like, I don't know if that was symbolic, and Eddie was like, no, he actually had to eat that hand. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that would make sense. So not pretty interesting, but not something you may want to go after, being a Sangoma. I don't suggest it, but he talks about the duat, like the dual soul. Or it's not really. I guess it's like the two parts to the soul. I haven't really done a full episode on it, the Moya and the Ina, but it's like one part that stays here and one part that goes somewhere else when you die, which you can interpret as like your lower and higher self or your shadow self, like what we see as ghosts or spirits, right? These astral shells that people shed off when they ascend to another plane or heaven, whatever you want to call it, hell, choose.
Eating a hand would probably be my last choice of part of body to eat. You never know what they've been doing.
It can't be
something with a hand.
Can't be that good, right? It just can't be that good. Not much meat. It's very
Fingernails.
bony.
I'm just not into cannibalism, but I mean, hey, maybe I interpreted it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's. Pretty sure that's part.
There's a little bit of chili.
Oh God.
I'd probably take a foot over a hand just because you don't know what they've been doing with those hands.
Some back fat, a little bit of back fat.
Nowadays you don't know what they've been doing with those feet.
That's true.
Yeah, for $5.99 you can find out.
I need a Credo emote, guys. If you're on Rumble and you haven't noticed, I added like 20 new emotes. So enjoy those.
Credo stickers, some golden dinosaur stickers.
Dude, shout out! I have a Esoteric Eddie shirt with Credo. It says Credo Milkwood was right. I haven't worn it in a while. The dolphins and UFOs on it. Pretty cool.
I've been kind of perusing this page here, and I think I can summarize it a little bit. It's just talking about these. I don't know what to call them yet. They don't have a name yet. Subterranean creatures. These W's. The brownies. They call them on the page before, right?
Well,
they live underground. They have to keep moving.
I was going to say one more thing, Sub. Credo does talk about these creatures that live in nature that like blend into nature and stuff. They could be elemental spirits.
Chameleon-like bodies. Right
here. Yeah, something. Yeah. There you go.
Chameleon-like bodies.
Yeah.
Swim in the air, need the earth with bag and baggage.
Yeah.
Do they say they move around a lot? Because this says at the beginning of each quarter of the year they have to travel. Till doomsday. So that's still human doomsday. And that they used to work the lands above, but when humans started spreading, they had to go underground.
Migration patterns.
But they're not there. It says specifically men here, so men are seers, are more likely to be seers of the second sight. Females being seldom so qualified. So females may not be likely to see them. Males are more likely to see the duendes and little gnomes. Seems like
another L for women.
Wouldn't it be the opposite? Wouldn't men see like the female and the women see them?
I don't know. It says right here, but
I think they're talking about seeing them, like actually seeing them in nature, not like having the feeling or having the sensation, but actually seeing them. And if you think about the vast majority of Bigfoot encounters and things like that, it's men, because basically men are in the woods hunting and all the rest of this stuff. So you could be going with that.
Yeah.
They can still have. It says right here they can still have terrifying encounters with them.
If you're a woman and you encounter Bigfoot, you may not come back because apparently, there's something with Bigfoot's dong. I don't want to get into it, but it's a magical thing. Apparently,
once you go Bigfoot, you never go back.
That's some weird shit.
Yeah. Shouts out Nate from Reality Czars. He really gets into Bigfoot's dong.
He mentions people hiding out in between when they travel, when these gnomes travel, that people would hide out and only go to church, right? And also that I am assuming the gnomes or the subterranean brownies, they are distributed in tribes and orders and have children and nurses, marriages, deaths, and burials. They in appearance, even as we, unless they're just doing it for a mock show. So they even have like a religion and a society as well. To prognosticate some such things among us. Yeah, some such things among us.
Guys are reading it.
It's a challenge.
Even while looking at it and hearing it, I still see,
superstitious people.
I'm very short. Maybe it's
youth of Warford.
How I know.
They are distributed in tribes and orders, have children's nerfs, marriages, deaths, and burials. Unless they foe do for mock foe or to prognosticate from such things among
You
us.
give this to some people with low IQ, they're cooked.
be all
dude.
fucked
They
up.
wouldn't be able to read this shit. They'd be like, dude,
Dude,
what
think
language
about,
is it?
Jack and the Beanstalk. Is it fee fi fo
Fee-fi?
fum or see si so sum?
Oh,
Esai so some. Oh.
very interesting, dude. Yeah,
He was trying to
how
talk to
much
the
shit have
mini
we
elf?
misinterpret? Yeah, see,
Because to us, right?
Yes,
To him, we're
very
tiny.
well.
is the audience in? Are y'all enjoying this? That's the big
Enjoying a struggle.
question. Are
Can
y'all
we handle
enjoying
one
this?
more?
This is where you get like the Ebonics thing going with the F or the PH in there when it's not
Damn.
supposed to be. Like Earth. When they say Earth.
Or axe?
Urse.
Yeah. Or strength. On the strength.
We could just go.
You handsome second.
You handsome Saget.
Bob.
Incredible.
Oh man.
I'm gonna come.
Oh,
Oh, here we go. We can talk about their houses.
Favorite
You want to hear about
house.
Gnomes' houses?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want
Their
to
houses
indulge us?
are.
Oh,
Do you want to hear about their houses?
You got
Okay,
it,
no.
Subliminal? Do you want me to take over?
I can do it. I can do it. I can literally do it. Their houses are called large and fair, and unless at some odd occasions unperceivable by vulgar eyes, like Rackland and other enchanted islands, having fur lights, continual lamps, and fires, often seen without fuel to sustain them. Women are yet alive who tell they were taken away when in childbed to nurse fairy children, and lingering voracious image of them being left in their place. So your changelings, I guess, or when
Oh, interesting.
certain cultures say that their child's been taken and they left like a clone or something there
They leave
Yep.
something in its place.
in
Yeah.
its
Fairy
place
children.
in the crib, being left in their place, like their reflection in a mirror.
There's
Which,
a
as if-
movie that I saw not too long ago. Maybe I'll remember the name, but had a lot to do. It was
It sounded like this.
changelings. Yeah.
As if it were some insatiable spirit in as some body, made first a semblance to devour the meats that it cunningly carried by, and then left carcass as if it expired and departed thence by natural and common death. Oh, sudden infant death syndrome. Hell no. That's probably what happens.
You think?
The
Sid?
child in fire, right? They don't explain it. The child in fire with food and other niece, I don't know, niece
The
fairies,
Nieces Fairies.
nieces fairies,
Necessaries.
said-
Necessaries.
necessaries. Shout out.
Come
That's your sticker band.
on.
Shout out the niece fairies.
Nurse?
The Niece Fairies. Check out.
Niece fairies.
out
Fairies.
She neither
Necessities?
perceives any passage.
and necessaries.
Yeah.
Which are set before the nurse how soon she enters, but she neither perceives any passage.
All
Out.
right.
So they're switching things out right in front of your face and you don't notice.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Dude, what a paranoid world to live in with all of these fairies
I
constantly around you, changing things up and killing your babies.
Well, how do you?
if you look away from the stuff in your room, how can you prove that the stuff in your room is still the stuff in your room and not just exact duplicates of what fairies have replaced with stuff in your room? My bed that I trust I go to bed on every night, how do I know that's still the bed that I purchased?
Yeah, dude.
You have
Is
to
this
put
a ship of Theseus?
Bed.
Yep,
you have
ship
to
of
put
Theseus, I
a
was gonna hit
protection
that.
circle around your house, rat.
Doppelbed.
I'm not going to do that.
Well, then the fairy's gonna replace your bed and you and your kitchen and all your stuff.
When
So I'm
you
not
go
coming
to
over.
sleep, you're gonna go to fairyland like
As long as
Reverend Richard.
Wait,
His name,
if
right?
I wear protection stuff when I come over, I'll be fine, right? I'll come over.
They talk
I don't
about
know. I don't know how it works.
they talk about putting iron in a woman's bed, right? So the one like surefire
right here.
way to get rid of fairies is iron.
Iron
Ooh,
of
yes.
the North.
Right here, iron, and he's
Magnetic.
exactly correct. Should I try to read this?
Yeah.
Out
Go
north
for it.
It's like
sees
you
what those people out north sees what those people do in other rooms of the lodging. When the child is weaned, the nurse dies or is conveyed back or gets it to her choice to stay there. But if any subterraneans be so subtile as to practice slidings for procuring a privacy to any of their mysteries, such as making use of their ointments, which as guises rings makes them invisible. So this is what the ring, like the ring from Lord of the Rings, or nimble, or cats as them entrance, or alters their shape, or makes things disappear at a vast distance. They smite them without pain, as a puff of wind, or bereave them of both the natural and acquired sights in the twinkling of an eye. Both these sights, where once they come, being in the same organ and inseparable, or they stolen?
trick them dumb.
I don't
Stricken them. The Tremontians to this day put bread, the Bible, or a piece of iron, highlight this, in women's beds when traveling to save them from being thus stolen, and they commonly report that all uncouth, unknown whites are terrified by nothing earthly so much as by cold iron.
Unknown
To this
white.
day,
Who are the unknown whites?
This sounds like
Unknown-
totally UFO abduction experience. Like you've got the tall whites, you've got these fairies that abduct you and take you away to nurse these children in other places.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is most likely when you're on the road or traveling or something. So they're like watching you and they can abduct you. But I think that's where he got the idea that fairies and aliens are the same thing. Is this book?
That's wild.
I'm picturing like enchanted wiggers trying to make it through a forest and some band of other types of creatures steal the baby, try
Unknown
to steal the
whites.
baby,
Yeah.
and they need cold iron to protect themselves. You know what I mean? So maybe you'll see that next week.
Enchanted
The
Wiggers.
Glock. Enchanted
This
wiggers
is a
carrying
new
around their
book.
Glocks.
The Glocks of
This is a new
Mississippi.
The Legend of Little
The-
Eyes.
We'll work on the name, but
Fucking supply.
I mean, Ned Ward will give me a book with the name already made.
Sure,
The
man.
traveling wiggers.
Enchanted Wiggers would be an excellent name for an album. I'm
That
sorry,
would be a good name
that's
for an
awesome.
album.
I do like that. That is good.
Oh yeah.
Traveling Duende. Subliminal's familiar with the Duendes.
I think that's why I can read this, dude. I'm short as heck, dude. I'm like 5'2".
He's part Duende.
You speak the Duende language.
Yeah, dude.
They deliver, but Headless knows all the myths, so he could like vanquish me in a second. Like I don't know, I just know how to read this. They deliver the reason to be that hell lying betwixt the chill tempest and the firebrands of scalding metals and iron of the north. Hence, the lodestone causes a tendency to that point. Okay, this is
So
okay.
is it
So
the
they're related.
magnetism or
This
the
is
iron? Because they keep
both.
saying
So
that
this
the
verifies-
iron of the north.
Is it both?
Well, it has to be cold iron.
Cold iron is
So
more
you
magnetic.
go. Yeah. So you go to the north to get cold, and then you bring iron from the north, which is
I was
cold.
gonna say you just can ship some iron from the north down. It's not that
Well,
exciting.
Iron of
think
the North.
they're talking about magnetic metals because to be of the north, it's going to point towards the north, and that's what they used is little needles on leaves to show them which way was north. So
Good morning, your
this
mom.
was the
Yeah.
lodestone.
Yeah.
Well, this is what it does to them. By any antipathy there too, these odiferous, far-scenting creatures, odious. Oh, these odious,
Odious.
Odysseus is going to be his name. Far-scenting creatures shrug and fright at all that comes thence relating to so aboard a place, and whence their torment is either begun or feared to come hereafter. You had to click
We need to get like
before you shoot him.
is there like a Spark Notes version of this? Is there like a summary version of this?
Usually
Someone's
we
gonna
have
put it in the
to.
translator. Like put it in some kind of AI.
You know,
generator
guys,
to translate.
I found that the
Well, do y'all
person
wanna
who
read
asked the
something
question
else?
usually is the one who has to do it.
We can read some Manly P. Hall,
Uh,
or you can spin the wheel.
Oh
you
shit.
can read the wolf bitches. I promise it's
You can read
easier.
Wolf Bitches of Thessaly.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. A collection of Greek fables from the archive of Ned Ward, the wolf bitches of Thessaly, on loan, guys, on loan. Thessaly, where magic was born. Long before the marble temples of Athens gleamed under the sun of oracles of Delphi, whispered cryptic futures, there was Thessaly, a wild land cupped between the gods' mountain, Olympus, and the restless sea. To the Greeks of the classical age, this was no ordinary province. It was a country where the veil between mortal and the divine, between flesh and spell, hung thinnest of all. Here, the women could pull the moon from the sky with a thread of silver wool and enchanted song. Here, storms were bargained away like cattle, and the dead rose with the witch's thistle. While philosophers in the south argued whether magic was mere superstition, Thessalian grandmothers taught their granddaughters which herbs to gather on Mount Pelion when the dog star burned. Farmers still paid roaming hail waiters to keep their vineyards safe from the sky's sudden wrath. This is the land of Ericto, who reanimated corpses on blood-soaked battlefields, home of Meroe and Panthea, whose inn was best avoided after dark, land of Medea's shadowy kin, where Colchian arts found safety among these valleys. On the slopes of Ossa and Pelion, the centaur Chiron once brewed the first medicines that look suspiciously like sorcery. It is here that at a lonely crossroads, the goddess Enodia, later feared across the Mediterranean as Hecate, still received her black puppies and honey-eyed cakes. The tale of the wolf bitches of Thessaly takes us to often ignored groves near the shadow of Mount Orthris. Creator Chris Radin has painstakingly translated these fables from the collected texts of Ned Ward and tight-lipped villagers of the Greek mountainside. Sources range from mad scribblings of a young Phryne to the mystical writings of the Lacanian queens. The dark woods of Thessaly hides many a she bitch from the watchful eye of Olympus. Okay. I did share this, so the chat can read this. You guys can read it along as well. I could zoom in too.
Callisto and Mount Ossa.
Headless, what do you think about that intro?
Oh, he's muted.
Okay, he's muted. Headless.
He loves it. He says.
So he
it hit so many points about all of these different gods and goddesses, and also a lot of what influenced like all of their heroes. Right? You mentioned Chiron, the centaur. We covered that. Like all of the heroes were taught by Chiron.
Yeah.
So there's something about the magic at Thessaly that was necessary for the heroes to sort of break out and do magnificent demigod things. So they're talking about magic. A lot of those Greek myths are talking about magic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's
Awesome. Callisto and Mount Ossa.
Cool.
In the grove of the lamb's blood, where the pines of Mount Ossa meet the moonlight, a girl named Callisto was left to the night. Her father, a goatherd of Larissa, had been chosen by the priests of Enodia. At the new moon, they bound him to the black stone in the sacred grove, slit his throat, and let the soil drink deep so the harvest would not fail. Callisto, 10 summers old, had watched from the ferns. When the priests departed, she tried to close the wound with her small hands, but the blood only slipped between her fingers like rain. The howls came. She picked up the blood-soaked dagger, whispered her tear-filled goodbye, and ran. She ran until the grove vanished and the stars hid under the branches. There, beneath the twisted yews, the wolf approached. It had been tracking the faint scent of blood across the forest. He was larger than any shepherd's dog, silver black, with eyes the color of bronze. His breath steamed. He circled her slowly. Callisto pressed her back to the yew and slashed at the wolf. "Child," the wolf rumbled. Voice like gravel dragged over stone. "Your sorrow smells of power. I will spare you if you give me one vow." "What vow?" she whispered. "My kin grow few. Men hunt us with torches and silver. Promise to help me make a great family again, by any means the forest allows. You shall leave this grove alive."
Did you catch that part? They hunt me with torches and silver. The same type of approach that they would,
Yeah.
hunt these fairy.
And also hunt the werewolves.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
yeah, nice.
This is a werewolf here.
Well, basically, yeah. Wolf bitches,
Yeah.
werewolf.
There you go.
Just female werewolves, right?
The wolf
is also
stepped
what-
back. Okay.
This is what triggered Zeus to actually flood the world. Is in Lycaon, the king of Lycaon served his son to a bunch of guests. Like he chopped him up and served it to him. And Zeus was so disgusted by that he flooded the entire world. And this is where you get the idea of the Greek flood in myth as well. So this is, they considered this place kind of evil.
That's some Game of Thrones shit, dude.
Yeah.
Serve people up, feed them to your guests.
That makes me think
Hands.
of Arya.
Yeah,
serving,
they do it like if you've read or if you listen to the audiobooks, it's happened in like more I guess older stories in the whole Ice and Fire series with certain people. I don't know, you'd have to get into it, but anyway,
the wolf stepped back. His shape blurred, bones cracked like green wood in fire, and a man stood where the beast had been. Tall, scarred across the chest, hair the same silver black, a cloak of wolfskin hung from his shoulders. He knelt in the needles and offered a hand rough as bark. "I am Lycurgus," he said. "Be my wife, little witch, and together we will fill these woods with howling." Callisto looked at the hand, then at the moon caught in the yew above. She thought of her father's blood feeding fruits that would never share his name. "I accept," she said, voice steady as winter water. "But a wedding needs a feast. Let me gather berries tomorrow. At dusk we will drink beneath this same tree." Lycurgus smiled, teeth too sharp for a man. "Gather then. I will wait." All the next day, Callisto moved like a wraith. She took dark elderberries, the deadly nightshade bells, the pale screaming mandrake root. She remembered the priests pouring red wine over her father's wound while they chanted. She crushed the berries in a cup of hollowed oak, sang the priest's hymn backwards, and pricked her fingers so one drop of her own blood fell last. At dusk she returned. Lycurgus waited beneath the yew, naked save for the wolfskin, eyes glowing. She offered the cup. "To our marriage," she said. He drank. For 6 heartbeats, nothing happened. Then his knees buckled. The cup splattered on a root. Fur rippled, vanished, rippled again. At last he fell as a man, bronze eyes fluttering shut. Callisto drew the little flint knife from her father's belt, the same blade that had opened his throat. She raised it high. The face on the ground was only human now, young, almost gentle in sleep. A single tear slid from beneath her lashes and soaked into the earth. The knife trembled. Her wrist would not answer. She lowered the blade, backed away, and let the forest swallow him. Behind her, Lycurgus woke with a howl that cracked the night. But the frogs in the marsh burst into 1,000 bubbling voices. The crickets sawed their frantic hymn. The beetles whirred in the bark until the air itself seemed to thicken and muffle the sound. The grove closed like a fist, hiding his grief from every hunter's ears. Callisto ran on, small feet silent on the needles, hands stained purple. And somewhere in the dark heart of the grove, the wolfman still calls a name the forest will not repeat.
That's amazing. So that purple part is really kind of interesting because Lycurgus was the king of the Edonians in Thrace, son of Dryas and ruler of the region near the river Strymon, which included the sacred mountain Nessian. He is best known for his persecution of Dionysus and his followers, the Maenads. When the god arrived in his kingdom to spread the worship of wine and revelry, Lycurgus banned the cult of Dionysus and, according to some accounts, imprisoned or drove the god and his followers from the land. In one version, he attacked Dionysus and his companions with an ox goad, causing the sacred implements to fall from their hands as they fled. The god Dionysus sought refuge in the sea, where he was received by the sea nymph Thetis. As punishment for his impiety, Lycurgus was struck with madness by Dionysus. In his frenzy, he mistook his own son, named Dryas, for the vine and killed him, cutting off his limbs and other body parts. This act caused the land of Thrace to become barren. According to some sources, the oracle declared that fertility would only return to Lycurgus if Lycurgus were killed. And the Edonians followed this prophecy, bound him, and led him to Mount Pangaeum, where he was torn apart by horses. Other versions of this death include being struck blind by Zeus and dying in destitution, cutting off his own feet with an axe, and being devoured by panthers or being wrapped in vines and sent to the underworld. His fate was similar to that of other figures who opposed Dionysus, such as Pentheus and Orpheus. The punishment of Lycurgus was even depicted in the painting at a temple in Athens. So this Lycurgus character seems to be this recurring character of ill fate begotten from opposing Dionysus.
Must have been trying to extend his family for a minute there.
Well, the
By
purple
enemies.
on the hands, that's Dionysus again, because it's like the wine.
Yeah.
We go next, and these would be like different disparate stories or legends spread around the land, so they would be collected tales. The next one is Wolf Bitches of
An
Thessaly.
anthology.
Yeah, thank you, Rhett. Long ago, when the gods still walked the ridges of Mount
I'm
Orthus.
muted. I've been muted this whole time. I've been
Sorry, Jules.
No, it's cool. I mute myself. I was gonna say, yeah. Let's just if you want to keep reading this, we can.
Yeah. Do you want to do Adams? We can hit up Adams.
You want to do it?
Like
You
an
want to
hour.
do Adams, don't you? You want to do Adams, don't you, Jules?
Yeah, dude. But it's,
Well, if the chat wants to take a look at
No,
this,
we
they
can
can take a look at this. We can
we can
skim
keep
through it.
reading Wolf Bitches of Thessaly.
Yeah,
if you'd
I just
like.
want to get to the end since
great.
Headless is here. It just happens to be that there just happens to be a golden ass in the story. He doesn't like the Wolf Bitches of Thessaly very much.
Who the
it just
golden
happens to be there.
like
Yeah.
the Wolf Bitches of Thessaly. Well, let's keep going then, dude. Since we have Headless here, yeah,
Yeah. It just happens to be.
that's fine. That's fine. We
happens
can,
to be Headless is going to be on the episode today.
Well, we can always read.
Um,
I'm
You
sure.
can always read Adams.
Yeah.
Always read Adams.
Be okay.
I'll ask. We'll do this fast. We'll do this quickly.
It's fine.
Wolf Bitches of Thessaly. Long ago, when the gods still walked the ridges of Mount Orthus, a traveler named Lycus wandered too far from the trade road. He was a man of no great lineage, just a seller of bronze knives with weary feet and a tongue too quick for his own good. He had mocked a crone at the crossroads, calling her old hag. When she warned him to turn back before the moon bled red, she smiled with iron teeth and said, "Run, little knife man, the daughters of the moon are hungry for sons." The moon rose swollen and crimson, and the forest of Thessaly woke with the woman's laughter that turned to howls. The Lycaenae, the wolf bitches, shape-shifters, born of Hecate's spite and Artemis's sorrow, hunted beneath that moon. Once mortal women of Thessaly, they had drunk from the same spring as Lycaon's cursed daughters, and now bore the hunger that never ends, for flesh, for seed, and for making more of their kind. On blood moon nights, they were fairest and fiercest, silver-furred, with eyes of molten gold, bellies aching to be filled. Lycus ran. The forest gave him no mercy. Roots snared his ankles, branch clawed his cloak to ribbons. Everywhere he stumbled over the bones of men, rib cages pried open like broken lyres, skulls grinning upon that moon. He rusted spearhead here, a snapped xiphos there, a once fine Corinthian helm split down the middle. He found a beautiful new panoply laid almost gently against a cloak, and that is a collection of armor and weapons. Gifts, perhaps from desperate Athenians who thought fresh arms could save them. Lycus buckled them on with shaking hands. The first Lucania found him at a stream that ran near an apple grove. She rose from the water, moonlight sliding off Furian and womanskin both. She holds a silver spear in her left hand and a shimmering golden apples in her right. Come, little knife man, she crooned, voice like honey over a broken glass. Give us daughter, and we'll give you rest. He lunged at the spear. He passes through as if it were mist, clattering uselessly against the stones. She laughed. Her sisters poured from the trees, 6, 10, 20 eyes glowing, claws long as sickles. Lycus fled again. The enchanted arms weighed him down. The bronze grew hot, then cold, then hot again. He tore the curious free and flung it away. It struck a trunk and shattered like pottery. Deeper in, the trees grew old as the Titans. Here the bones grew old too, yellowed, moss-covered, some still clutching iron that had rusted to flakes. The lichenized years circled closer and closer. He could smell them now, berries, crushed mint, blood, and wet dog. At the heart of wood stood a circle of standing stones blackened by familiar fire. In the center lay single thigh bone animal carved with spirals. Lycus remembered the crone's last words. Half forgotten. Here, my own Lycani is coming into the studio. When the moon bleeds, only what is broken can break them. With no time left, he snatched up the old bone like a club. The blood moon reached its zenith, painting the stone scarlet. That came all at once, leaping, laughing, terrible in their beauty. The nearest raked across his cheek, drawing hot lines of blood. The blood dripped onto the forest floor for a moment before soaking into the stone. He wildly swung the carved femur. The Lycanite dodged and bashed against a temple ruin. It should have snapped like dry kindling. Instead, it sang. The sound strung across the temple. They fell without a sound, fur melting into women into gold and ash. The others froze, eyes wide. Lycus swung again and again. Each blow landed solid where bright bronze had failed. The bone did not break. It rang in the moonlight and grew heavier, ringing with golden timber. One by one, the Lycanite crumbled, mothers, sisters, daughters of the moon. When the moon turned from blood to bone white, the carved femur crumbled to dust. He walked out at dawn, cloak in tatters, face clawed, carrying nothing but memory of the teeth and claws. At the crossroads, the crone was gone. Travelers still find her sometimes. And on certain nights, when the blood threatens to bleed again, they swear they hear the woman laughing in the pines, waiting, always waiting for the next man foolish enough to mock an old woman's warning. But they also find scattered among dull bronze and apple peels the scattered remains of the wolf bitches of Thessaly.
That's a
Thank
fucking
you.
formula. You know, I mean, like all those different elements, they were describing some sort of a ritual. It sounded a lot like those stories from maybe it's that, you know, watching the movie last night made me think everything's some sort of voodoo ceremony. But it sounds like, you know, you've got this sound that is turning these women to ashes, right? And maybe that sound is used in ritual.
Oh,
Well, the bone. I think the bone is important to
Crazy
the
that
rituals.
AI wrote this.
It wasn't AI. It was like a mix of me and the program.
Oh, so you really?
Yeah. I can't do this all by itself.
Damn.
I had to put some work in. I wouldn't present it.
AI is good. AI is not that good.
No, I wouldn't
no,
present it to you because it was just AI. That's stealing from your show. That's not cool. I wouldn't just be like, hey, or AI did this. I had to weave a lot of stuff together.
That makes it a lot more meaningful.
I mean, Ned Ward had to
took
find it this way.
if you took
And,
time to
I did, man. I did. It's your show is worth it, right?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thanks, sub.
It gets a little more interesting, dude. Headless is right on it, because it gets more interesting. It gets a little bit more world building. What you guys are hearing is separate stories. It all kind of ties together. In the high valleys of Thessaly, the old woman still warn the young men, close your shutters when Selene is full and fat, or the Lycaonae will come singing. The Lycaonae aren't wolves, not women, but something twisted born long ago. They were once daughters of proud houses, Larissa, Pharsalos, and Crenon, who wandered too far at night and drank from the wrong spring. Now when the mood swells round, their skin itches, their teeth ache, and hunger drags them down from the groves like hook through the ribs. They take whatever smells of life, wheels of goat cheese, string of dried figs, smoked lamb hung from the rafters, and sometimes, when the moon is brightest, they take a man, or as some suggest, the man lets himself be taken.
Oh shit!
Fleemans, and now from this one area of the mountain, we have this affliction that they've named a Fleeman's rush, an affliction of men. The clever bachelor leaves the gifts on the sill, a basket of late figs, a jug of dark wine, a cup of pork, fat glistening with salt. He cracks the shutter just wide enough for a pale hand to reach. He pretends to sleep. If the Lycaonae are pleased with the offering, they leave him untouched, but richer by one night of dreams so vivid he wakes smiling, beard sticky with honey he never bought. His eyes shine with the dog that has tasted blood, but the greedy man bolts his door and thinks himself safe. He imagines he might tame a Furine for himself. A grave mistake that isn't easily forgotten. That is the night that all of Thessaly remember him. They carry him away wrapped in his own blanket. Feet first so he cannot kick, mouth stuffed with fig leaves so he cannot scream. In the grove beneath the rowan trees, they hold their revel. Torches of pine knot flare green. Someone plays a bone flute that sounds just like wind in a grave. The stolen men are stripped, smeared with crushed berries, danced until their heels bleed. The Lycaonae take turns nipping, never deep, just enough to taste. Strange little bites bloom on the soft skin of inner thighs, behind the knees, along the throat, where the pole sleeps. By the dawn, the mark looks like flea bites, but they never itch. They only burn when the moon begins to swell again. Most men are carrying home before cockcrow and dumped on their own doorsteps, barefoot, grinning like fools. They speak little of what happened, only that the dream was stronger than any vintage of Tricca, the music older than song. They go about their work lighter on foot, quicker to laugh. Their neighbors complain of smells of rotten meat, herbs, and wet dog. And every full moon thereafter, those men stand at the window staring over the dark ridge, fingers drumming. On certain nights, the shepherds hear it, a long howl answered by laughter that climbs the scale until it breaks into human screaming, then laughter again. By morning, only a torn tunic hangs from a thorn bush, a single shoe lies in the path, and the heel gnaw cleaned away. The village wives say those men chose the grove, that the Lycaonae offered them the final bite, that now they run on 4 legs with a pack, happier than any human has right to be. So when the moon hangs low and yellow as a wolf's eye, the desperate man still leaves the window ajar. He sets out the basket, 3 figs, a twist of smoked meat, a cup of the strongest wine. He does not bolt the door. He does not look outside when the singing starts. And in the morning, he finds the basket empty and tiny bruises flowering on his skin like purple violets. He only smiles and says nothing. And this is one of the jugs that they would walk in to town. Right? A wine jug depicting the animal Fleeman's rush, where wealthy bachelors announce their arrival to Thessaly. It would be commonplace to see the entourage carrying jugs filled with strong drinks.
I got so much on this.
A servant is shown wafting the scent of putrid meat and berries to attract a Lycaonite. A wolf bitch is showing mid-transformation, choosing her prey for the night. So she's right here. AI did this.
Yeah.
Here's the servant, a little stinky meat. And there's a bachelor and berries. And he's got a little flyer here showing he's rich. And he's got his entourage with him. And there's his Lycaonae. Probably going to take the bachelor, this dude. Because he's got his by the rope here.
So these are like ancient furries then, right?
Ancient furries.
The guys are just into it. Yeah, the Furine. Yeah. Right here, this letter is written over
the
here.
Furine.
This letter here, it's all crumpled up. He's ashamed. Secret patches of Simp Awesomeness, the mad Furine. So they just go crazy from the experience, and they're just craving it. What was that?
Right. The Furies make you go crazy. That's one of the punishments that Hades sends out, is he sends out his Furies that cause you to go completely insane.
Right.
Which is funny because furries are completely insane. You know, the people who pretend to be animals.
Just ancient origins of the
It
furries.
all stems back to Greece, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So I've got one for you here. Endymion. Endymion is the moon or Selene's consort. In Greek mythology, Endymion was variously handsome, an Aeolian shepherd, hunter, or a king who was said to rule and live on Olympia in Elis. He was also venerated and said to reside at Mount Latimus in Chiara on the west coast of Asia Minor. So that's close to Thessaly right there. There is confusion over Endymion's identity, as some sources suppose that he was or related to the Prince of Elis, and others suggest he was this shepherd. But anyways, Pliny the Elder mentions Endymion as the first human to observe the movements of the moon, which according to Pliny accounts for Endymion's infatuation with its tutelary goddess, Selene. So he's not just looking at the moon, he's actually discussing with the spirits about the moon. Endymion's tomb has been attributed to different sites. The people of Heraclidia claim that he was laid to rest on Mount Latimus, blah, blah, blah. His mythology is this. Apollonius of Rhodes, 3rd century BC, is said to tell how many poets who tell of Selene, the Titan goddess of the moon, loved to the mortal Endymion. She found Endymion so beautiful that she asked her cousin Zeus to grant him eternal youth so that he would never leave her. Alternatively, Selene so loved how Endymion looked when he was asleep in the cave of Mount Latimus near Miletus in Caria that she entreated Zeus that he might remain that way. In some versions, Zeus wanted to punish Endymion for daring to show romantic interest in Hera. Whatever the case, Zeus granted Selene's wish and put Endymion into an eternal sleep, where he and by him had 50 daughters. So somehow he's having these daughters in his sleep with the moon inside of a cave, which I think is really similar to a lot of the practices of the Eleusinian mystery schools, right? They would have this sleep inside of a cave that would bring them out into the moon, kind of like astral projecting.
Whoa.
A lot of copies from the moon, a lot of reflections from the moon, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got another one for you. Where is it? Hecate was worshipped with torch races, right? So that in the middle of the night, they'd be going through the woods as fast as they can on horseback, using nothing but torchlight. Torch races associated with Hecate are primarily linked to the ancient Greek festival of Lampedromia, which torch races held during certain festive occasions, particularly connected to the Pantheia and the festivals of Prometheus and Hephaestus. It means torchbearer and was given to those carrying torches in these races. Winning could bring significant renown and prizes. So this Lampedromia thing was interesting. So they're I mean, that's fucking badass. They're going on horseback in the middle of the night using torches as sort of the symbol of Prometheus and Hecate, and this was a magical ritual. So they would gain certain renown and fame from these rituals, which was in offering to these gods and goddesses.
It's interesting that you mentioned Zeus being jealous, or Zeus paying notice to those rituals, because he does get, in this story, he does get jealous of it, and he does send the golden ass because of all the sex that the wolf bitches are having, all the raucous love making, and all the offerings that the men are giving then to the wolf bitches. He becomes then zealous and jealous of what's happening, and now he decides to do something about it. And so he sends the golden ass, or a golden ass, maybe not the golden ass, but a golden ass to handle the problem. So I'm skipping ahead. There's a couple stories in between. So I'm skipping ahead to the end here. A surviving stone carving depicting Zeus's golden ass meeting with the Lycaonae. Many of the more fascinating depictions were vandalized by zealous visitors of the temple. If you're familiar with a lot of goddess temples, they get vandalized. They get a lot of worshippers that rub the boobs and splurt all over the statues, so they have to paint them and refurnish them. So that's what happened to the golden ass temple.
Are you talking about the Indians that do that?
Maybe, sure, but I think in ancient Greece, a lot of the statues, maybe Headless knows specifically what I'm talking about, but there was, I think probably to Aphrodite or something like that. Like her statues would just be worshipped, attributed to, but jizzed on
just
essentially.
Oh.
came all over. Oh, okay. Well,
You
what
know,
does
and
that
that's
do? Like that has to
It's an
do something.
offering to the goddess.
That
I mean, think
creates.
about
You
it's
don't think
just
that
sympathetic
creates some
magic.
kind of like
They need to paint it. It's also every so often.
moonchild or I don't know some something. All that semen like just I don't want to talk. I don't
It
want
makes
to
a portal. It makes an energy.
Yeah, probably
portal or
opens something
Yeah.
up.
Exactly. Like they had some fucking powerful magic back then, and they were using it to maximum effect. I mean, they're talking about all this stuff as if it's not disconnected from drug rituals. And that's a big part of their culture as well. The Kaikion.
Wow.
Yeah.
And divine madness was one of the things that they venerated, like especially the Maenads. And if you deny the madness that comes through Dionysus, then you end up being cursed, right? Something strange about that.
He got jealous of the wolf wussy. Nice
He
man.
did. He got jealous. The day conquers night. The Thessalian, and also the AI. The AI is extremely horny. I didn't make it thirsty like this.
Z-Man.
The AI is it's I don't know. It's doing something.
What if you don't mind, what AI, what LLM
I use Grok.
did you use?
I use Grok.
Yeah,
I
Grok
wrote
is
lots of it myself, but then I had Grok extend it, right? Make it bigger. I guess Grok got zealous.
Yeah, I've done some
Uh-huh.
experimentation with the LMs, and most of Grok is the most unhinged when it comes to content. If you want the most professional, I think Claude is one of the most professional out there. If you really wanted to if you're writing if you're writing a report for your job, use Claude. But if you're writing some saucy thing about the wolf bitches, use Grok.
There's an AI
what
program
about
named
the wiggers
Claw.
of the
Claude?
enchanted
Yeah.
wiggers? Claude? Okay, I'll try that one next. Or Ned will find a better one.
Enchanted Wiggers, yes.
Enchanted
That would
Wiggers.
be a Grok story.
Yeah, dude.
From where though? They have to
The
come from somewhere
Enchanted
cool.
Wiggers of
We can come up with it later. It doesn't have to be on camera. It'll come to you.
guys, let
It'll
us know
come
if
to you
y'all
when you're
have
not
any
thinking
good
about
ideas.
Hyperborea?
it.
The Enchanted
Hyperborea.
Wiggers of Hyperborea?
That's great.
I think that'll work, Z-Man.
Probably Z-Man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is going to get everybody nice and wigified for the week. The day conquers night. A Thessalonian tale told only by shepherds when the blood moon is feared to rise over Pelion. The Lycaonae ruled the groves unchallenged. Their howls were law, their teeth were justice, and every full moon the villagers below paid tribute of figs, wine, and occasional willing husband. But the gods grew bored, and boredom bore mischief. On one night, when Selene hung swollen and shameless, a streak of molten gold split the sky. It was not a comet, it was not a star, it was a donkey. Yes, a donkey, wrought entirely of living gold. Wings like solar flares, eyes of twin suns. His name was Chrysomelos, the golden ass, born from the same divine forge that once hammered the ram of the fleece. Zeus, drunk on nectar and amorous spite, had sent him down with a single command: remind those wolf bitches who they truly rules the night. Chrysomelos descended in a blaze that turned the spines to torches. The Lycaonae poured from their dens, silver black, fur bristling, lips peeled back, and gnarls that could curdle milk. Lycaonae herself stepped forward, scars glowing beneath her robes, and growled. Even the heavens send us tribute now. The golden ass lands with the force enough to level the altar and circular mound. His wings folded, revealing a body sculpted by Hephaestus in a mood both generous and obscene. Between his golden thighs hung proof that the gods have a sense of humor. After all, I come not to fight, but to love. Line up, daughters of the moon. I have light enough for every one of you. The Lycaonae laughed until they didn't. What follows cannot be read in daylight. It'll be shown in the Grey Pill Podcast Patreon. Suffice it to say that the grove shook as though an earthquake had learned rhythm. Stars blurred. The very trees leaned in to watch. It was those those comes from the ants from
Yo, hold
from Lord of
on.
the Rings.
Hold on.
The rivers ran
Yeah,
flush with frothy waters that
Treebeard.
nourished the grove.
Yeah, the tree
what is it?
beards.
Treebeard.
The tree beards. They're peeking. They're taking a peek.
The ants. Yeah.
The rivers ran flush with frothy waters that nourished the grove. That nourished the grove. Winds stopped to catch their breath. Chrysomelos moved faster than thought, faster than light. A golden comet coupling with every wolf woman at once, again and again and again, until time folded like wet papyrus. Lacania's howl cracked mid-note and became something between scream and prayer. The earth itself blushed. Just like the chat. When the frenzy ended, if such a thing ever truly ended, the lichen, maybe I can sell this to the women in the chat. The lichen I lay
Frothy
scattered
water.
across the moss.
Do you think the ladies
First
would be into
singe,
this? I don't know.
at the tips, tongues rolling, eyes rolled back to pure white, just like a dog all panting in the sun. Every wolf's face was fixed a smile so wide it seemed to carve there by mad sculpture. Their tails still twitched in the aftershock. Some tried to stand and simply flopped sideways, giving maidens who drunk the priest's private stock. Jesus, Grok. What are you doing? Chrysomelos rode into the air, wings flaring sun bright, from eyes poured beams of frozen light. The lasers swept the grove in hazy arcs, painting every tree, every stone, every panting wolf woman. They were frozen, mid-smile, mid-sprawl, mid-ecstasy. Living creatures of a clan that Zeus would not compete with any longer. Then the golden ass turned his blazing gaze on Lacania alone. She managed to lift her head. Tell Zeus, she rasped, voice raw as torn silk. Next time he wants a date, he should come himself.
No pun.
Chrysomelos, what's up?
No.
She's
I said
gotta,
no
she's
pun.
gotta have the last word. Chrysomelos tapped his hooves on the stone, and shot skyward. The afterimage burned across the sky for 7 nights and 7 days. When mortals finally dared to enter the grove again, they found Lacania exactly as he left them, a field of wild women smiling in the hot day sun. To this day, on the clearest nights, shepherds swear they see the golden streak across the moon. Too swift for any eagle, too bright for any star. And in the grove, the wolf women remain, still wearing smiles only wind can erase. Wind erosion. The village boys leave offerings, but now they leave polished apples on windowsills, hoping the golden ass returns. The girls leave nothing. They simply smile, the same carved smile and wait, patient as statues, overjoyed as brides. As somewhere above the clouds, Chrysomelos flies on, searching for the next full moon, which bold enough to test him. The season of the Fleeman's rush comes to an end, and so the golden ass vanishes into the vault of the stars, replenishing the grove with fertile soil and clean and renewed forest. Legends in Thessaly march on in circles. On the equinoxes, when the day and night wrestle for dominion, and on the solstices, when one or the other triumphs, the golden filigree begins to crack. Tiny fissures appear along the statues of the wolf woman's lips, along the curve of Lacania's glowing scars. From those cracks leaks a scent, crushed pine, wet earth, and something darker, hunger that has waited a very long time. The first sign is always the fermented fruit. At dawn, the longest night or the shortest day, the streets of Cranon, Larissa, and Pharsalos wake strewn with berries. No market ever sold. Elderberries black as old blood, rowan berries red as fresh, fakes split open to reveal seeds with tiny bone. Like tiny bone, they lie on doorsteps, in fountains, across the thresholds of temples. Children gather them laughing. Old women cross themselves in spit thrice. Then come the howls. They begin at the ridge above the city, faint as whispers, then roll down the valleys like chariots. They are not mournful, they are eager. Windows that were bolted for generations creak open by themselves. Baskets brimming on windowsills are found empty at sunrise. Half-eaten pomegranates nod bones, a single golden feather no bird ever wore. The village boys, those bold enough to remember the old bargain, feel it first, a tug behind the ribs, a heat in the bruises that never quite faded. They wake with their mouths tasting of honey and iron, their sheets tangled as if someone danced across them in the dark.
All right.
Damn. So it's just picking up on these themes from ancient mythology and then spitting out these stories?
Yeah.
No, I wrote most of that. How do you say it? I did, what is it, prompts, and I did small summaries, like small little introduction about Greek tales and Thessaly, mentioning, and then these people that I looked up, and that would be the intro that we read, and then I did a whole separate story would how do you put it? I did a whole separate summary on my own with the first tale that you heard, and then a whole separate story on my own with the first tale, another story that you heard, the second story that you heard. This last one. So each one of these sections would have been a story that I wrote, probably like
into the.
I think I did it.
Told it to make a script.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But
what I did is
it's
I just
remixing.
what's up?
It's remixing the given like motifs, right? So the general like materials used in the story, like again, it's mentioning wine, the fermented fruits, like that would be a theme from the region, as well as like this Dionysian theme that keeps popping up associated with all these similar characters. Like for instance, this Chrysior character. Well, what's the donkey's name again?
Chrysolamus.
Chrysalibus. It sounded to me like Chrysior, which is the brother of Pegasus. And so he's the son of Poseidon and Medusa. So there's this theme of like this flying horse type thing that's going on between both this story and, you know, this Pegasus sort of character that is kind of hidden throughout mythology. So he's also a sword, which made me think of the donkey's dong, right? So there's somehow a sword involved.
Pegasus birthed out
of her neck.
Medusa's neck when her head. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Chrysior was there too. Chrysior came out of the neck hole as well.
Did any other one? So a flying donkey and a flying horse.
Well, they say he's a pig, but I think
when pigs fly, there we go.
What I did was just listen to the old episode that we did and just take notes on that. And I go, I have to introduce this into the story. The apples and the fruit stuff, I interjected myself just to make it a seasonal thing. What the AI did was just expand it and made it horny. I didn't ask it to make it that lusty. It was really about it was really a story about men leaving their windows open to be taken by women, by werewolf women, and that the women were ravenous. And that's pretty much a small little prompt that I did. I added some details later. I had to tie it all together, so I had to edit a bunch of stuff later. But then the golden ass thing came as, how do I finish this? How do I end this? Because how do I just destroy a tribe of just ravenous wolf women that seem to be doing all right? I go, okay, well, somebody has to be jealous of it. They're getting all the sex. Okay, golden ass is coming in to laser with everyone. And that one, just very simply, a golden ass shows up, has sex with a bunch of werewolf women, and then lasers them to death. And then Grok kind of went for it, and then I edit the rest to make it fit. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. You got some motifs in there that you probably didn't expect.
That's incredible. Wolf bitches of Thessaly, everybody. Will be on a shirt eventually. Make stickers. Wolf bitches. Hey, let's spin that wheel, man. See what we're gonna read next week. Maybe not the book. The first book was very interesting, but I just
it was extremely challenging.
Yeah, extremely.
Okay, so we'll take out
keep up with the way that it was all spelled.
The S's.
Yeah, it would have been different if I was reading it, but I just on looking or whatever, reading along, I couldn't.
Okay, you have to be part duende to really get it.
Probably. So I didn't know. Let's not land on it again. Just
he removed it. He removed it. It's gone.
I took her and Blavatsky out. So
all right, good. Well, that's 2 books of 20.
Okay. Should I add the Wiggers?
No. No.
Enchanted Wiggers.
Enchanted Wiggers. I don't know, man. If you want to spin it.
Okay. Hopefully it doesn't land on that.
Spin it. Let's see.
All right.
Oh my god. This fucking wheel, man. Haunts my nightmares.
Oh, he landed on the Enchanted Wiggers. Oh no.
Okay. Enuma Elish.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
close.
Almost
close.
enchanted wiggers. Almost landed on Pistis Sophia. Oh man.
I can always go for more Pistis Sophia.
2 out of 3.
That's a crazy book.
That's 2 out of 3. It's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah. So Enuma Elish, it is.
What did you think about all the wolf bitches, Nick? I feel like you've just been kind of enjoying it.
It was entertaining. It was fucking weird.
It was weird. He's right.
It's just weird, man.
All right. He's right.
So who is it? Who is Enuma Elish?
It's
You
the
can-
Sumerian creation myth. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll be able to put a lot of input in on it. Explain kind of what's happened. I mean, it's all a lot of it's symbolic, you know.
Right.
When I read it again, I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Well, it makes more sense this way than, you know, but you can interpret it however you like. You know, you have people that like to look at it from the ancient aliens theory, whatever. And there are certain things that you can dive into with that is kind of like, oh, that you can link to other things, but it's not what I like to lead with now. This show has changed a whole lot from its, you know, from where it was almost two years ago. With what I've been talking, with what I've been learning about, you know, the more I learn about, you know, this esoteric symbolism and more about these ancient mystery schools and these secret schools of thought, you know, that you understand this stuff in a new light, you know, in many different lights, dude. It's fascinating.
I mean, that's to be expected, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, the goal is to teach other people how to interpret these stories these ways too. You know, like what's the story of the head initiate would go into the underworld to so he could come back up and teach all his fellow initiates the signs and symbols so they could interpret and navigate through the underworld without being tricked or confused or scared. I think that may happen, and a lot of people are just entrapped in fear. And so it's like hell, right? What they call, where they just kind of give in to being tortured maybe, or they're so scared that it just controls them. I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent for a whole nother show. We are at an hour 45. Wow, we didn't even cut it off. So yeah, I'll probably go to Patreon. But I mean, we can I don't know how long that is next week. Enuma Elish, I don't think it's too long, so I'm sure we could get it done in one sitting. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think, Sub?
In one sitting, I think we can get it.
Yeah.
That's
what
you
I
guys
thought.
sat through Wolf Bitches. We could sit through Enuma Elish.
Is it the primordial story of Marduk and Tiamat?
I'm feeling the Tiamat.
Yeah. Okay.
That's right.
Okay. So it's like the planetary logos or whatever. The collision Tiamat with the creation of Earth or whatever. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it gets into the creation
Primordial
of
waters. I think.
Yeah, I don't think
That's
it
short.
gets into the creation of like humans with inky.
It's short. It's gonna take a lot of it's gonna leave a lot of room for us to expand on it, explain, connect to other stuff. I mean if you want to,
Yeah, I think
you can do items
we'll
right
have
after.
time to connect it to other stories, similar creation myths that you find in other cultures. And so that's always fun. Here we go. I'll give a little preview, guys. Oh, wow. Yeah, it is short. So yeah, that'd be fun. It'd be fun to go back to talking about Sumeria, because we've kind of went from that to talking about like the Norse and the Greek pantheons, with the show that I do with Headless, and then other guests that I'm having on. So we're expanding our views and our thought on these particular archetypes and entities. I don't know. It's one of my favorite things to look into. So it's like what Nick says: not everything is dicks and demons, right?
Except the wolf bitches of Thessaly.
Except the wolf
They're all
bitches
about
of
that.
That was
Thessaly.
Beyond the valley of the wolf bitches of Thessaly. Okay.
Well, the wolf bitches of Thessaly meet the enchanted wiggers.
Oh, they meet the wiggers.
Yeah, dude. And then
You gotta make
see
an
what
alliance because the donkey
tribe
dicks are
comes
just
out of
fucking
that. I
ravaging.
don't know. That was fun though,
All right,
man.
well,
That
that's
was
fun. No, I'll write it down.
that was fun. I'm glad you did that, dude. That's need to do more stuff like that, man.
You guys
I
can
know
come
it
up with your own
takes
text, man.
time. So maybe I can help you out with something that we do, and
We can set up your shop. That's
work
what we
on
need
my
to do.
writing or something.
Set up your shop is what we need to do.
So yeah. Remind me this weekend sometime,
We
and
will.
we'll get together. I think we have a show later tonight, guys. Right, Nick?
Yes, 8:00. We got Atlantis with Enigma Seeker. Comes from a little bit from more of an academic angle. He says it's a different approach than than the kid that Polish kid I had on the show, and Tyrone normally has covered with Atlantis. So he says it's a different way of looking at it. So should be interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be there for it. And then tomorrow, I think we have a couple shows. I know I'll be at the first one, guys. It's on Mithras.
Yes.
It's what time is that tomorrow? I'm sorry, I should know.
Let me check myself. Yeah, tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Okay.
Peter Mark Adams from Mithras, and then at 5:00 I also got Solomon Pakal from Mayan Astrology.
All right. Well, if you guys want to put your plugs in, I didn't know if there was anything else.
No, man.
All right, cool. Do y'all have a disagree to agree today?
Yes,
We do.
We do.
1:00 Pacific, 3:00 Central, 4 if you're on the East Coast.
I'll be at the strip mall with my daughter and my wife, but I'll be tuning in.
All right.
Cool, man. Thanks for being there. I think I've talked a lot today.
Can't wait.
I don't have much to plug. Just the D2A and subscribe to the Subliminal Messenger Patreon if you want to support more things like the Wolf Bitches. That's all.
You have a Patreon?
I do. Yeah, I'm trying to get a Patreon. See if I can get some support
man.
to make more stickers and more
We'll
physical
get that
items.
pushed out there. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put that out there.
I'll put that link in the description for the.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
Wolf bitches would make an excellent Christmas gift. So if you have a parent or give that to a parent, they will very much appreciate it.
Trying to get Subliminal to print some hard copies, physical copies here.
Yeah.
Get it bound.
Their moms, aunts, sisters, single ladies, cat ladies.
Yeah.
Wolf bitches.
Yeah. If you can find
wolf
one.
bitch, the wolf bitches out there.
No.
Old hags on the road. Old crones on the road.
Yeah,
You got to leave it on the windowsill
Bag hags.
next to the. Leave it on the windowsill next to the sausage and the honey. And
Perfect for Christmas.
See what you can get. Right.
Yeah.
Honey.
We can package it with little sausages and like a little fruit basket.
Mentally Save Christmas is my favorite. Hey, yo, see if
Get a whole
Sora
fucking
AI
thing.
can do something.
No, you got to make one for that now.
Yeah, it's subliminal. See if
All
Sora
right.
AI. I mean, we may be creating some kind.
I'm not
of
even a furry, yo.
But
I'll
I
start
think
making
it's
it.
worth creating a wolf bitch tulpa to create a Christmas wolf
This
bitch.
is the next
Definitely
egregore.
Christmas special.
Wait,
Oh.
though. It comes with like its own venereal disease, though. Careful.
Oh.
Oh, right.
Remember the itch? I mean, it's
purple
itch, just
marks.
purple
Purple
marks
marks.
on your nards, guys. It's just for the dudes. Only the dudes get it.
Well, yeah, Flower. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Very interesting. Not what I expected at all today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Nick,
Thanks,
Heather,
guys.
Rat. Y'all
Yeah.
Put your plugs in, Rat.
All right. Make sure you guys are subscribing to all these other guys' channels, and me. You can find me on Rumble at Season of the Rat. Season of the Rat is the channel. On Twitter, Season of the Rat. I just did a deep dive on the Book of Jude earlier this week, and I logically came to the conclusion that if you guys are into biblical studies and stuff like that, I logically came to the conclusion that Jude called Paul a faggot. So if you're interested in seeing how I got there, go ahead and watch that channel, subscribe to my show. We have Disagree to Agree today at 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock Eastern, and of course, check out my album, escapesaturn.bandcamp.com. I think that's all that I got for you.
Wolves and Gays on D2A.
I don't know what you got there, Subliminal. You're
That's it. Wolves and Gays on D2A. That's all we got to offer today.
and I heard a little rattle. What?
I changed charm. I haven't used it in a minute. Nobody donates. This is for donations only.
I know. I love it. Love it. All right, Nick and Headless, guys.
I'll go for it. The Cult Rejects, all major podcasts, BitChute, Rumble, YouTube.
Y'all tune into our shows this weekend. I'll be there.
Right. That next one tomorrow is going to be amazing. He
found the guest.
Who's on Glitch Bottle?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, guys. If you don't listen to the Glitch Bottle, check that out too, because there's very few like.
Yeah, that is
cult
actually
magic,
good one.
Glitch Bottle?
It's really
Yeah, I knew of that
Yeah,
before.
it's a podcast.
I'll check them out for sure. Yeah,
Practice, I knew of them.
definitely check them out. Headless, you got any plugs?
You did it perfectly before.
You guys, Headless _ Giant on Twitter. Go follow him. Go subscribe to his YouTube. We do a Rustic God show together. Episode 6 will be dropping. If not this weekend, we'll do it. We'll knock it out sometime this week on a night that you don't have a show. If you want, we'll just
Sure.
do it. There you go. Subliminal creator of Wolf Bitches. Guys, go check out my episode with Stein from last weekend, from the Greyhorn Pagans banger episode. It was one of those episodes where I had like 15 questions, and it was just great. The episode turned out great. Can't wait to have him on again. And something I've been wanting to talk about since the inception of Grey Pilled, the Norse pantheon, and we're going to talk about runic magic. We're also going to have an episode on the Odinic mysteries, something very interested in discussing. So, but go check out our episode from last night as well on the Occult Rejects, Serpent and the Rainbow. We had Ani on. Robbie Marks came through. It was a great show. I learned a lot about voodoo and how it's connected into these other occult schools of thought. So, besides the Occult Reject shows this weekend, guys, I know Doc Brown's coming on Tuesday, or I'm going on his show. I have to confirm which one is which. We have a couple shows we booked together, and then we got a bunch of stuff with gray pilled for this next month. So y'all just stay tuned, be on the lookout. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, I'm doing the Green Man Part 2 deep dive this weekend, probably tomorrow night. So y'all stay tuned for that. I'll post when I'm going live. I think my wife may join me. We're going to be reading this PDF on the Green Man. I pulled it up on the first stream, but we didn't really read from it. We kind of did, but I read further, and it's very interesting stuff in there. And it's not too long. Some new aspects to the Green Man that I've kind of been theorizing on. So hopefully tomorrow night I can do that. But y'all go follow me on Twitter at GrayPillPod, Instagram GrayPilled_podcast, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Be sure to like the stream. You can share it if you want, maybe not, since it's a Patreon show. So we don't, whoever watches the show, if you want to hang on to the link or whatever to watch later or show your friends or whatever, that's fine. But if you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/GrayPillPodcast. I got a lot of tiers over there. You get a free sticker pack, Patreon exclusive content that I don't release to the public. Usually, we used to do these strictly just on Patreon, but the audience was very limited, and we figured that going to YouTube and Twitter would kind of get the word out there. Last week, we did it to like one YouTube channel and then a private Patreon link. So it's mostly a Patreon show. We're probably going to get back to doing that as well as some other stuff that I have in the works for Patreon only, because you guys have been supporting me, and I appreciate everything that y'all do for me. Seriously. Shouts out Trey. Trey just subscribed this week. New subscriber, Trey. Love you, Trey. Thank you, buddy. Look forward to seeing you in the chat. But yeah, guys, this was fun today. I love doing this show, and so I always have a good time doing it. That's the point, right? Once you stop having a good time, it's kind of pointless to do the show, So anyway, thank you all for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. Hopefully I'll see you guys this weekend. If not, we all stay gray-pilled, everybody. Later.
Kill me, boy.
You handsome faggot.